I'm Hope.
And I'm Haven.
And today we are here to do a book discussion over The One by Kiera. I don't know if you guys can see that cover, but it's beautiful. And I love this and I want this dress. Don't you want this dress too? It's so beautiful. Anyways, because this is the third book in a trilogy, if you have not read the Selection and the Elite by Kiera, I suggest that you probably should go read those first before listening to this video and watching this video because there are spoilers in it. And we don't want you to get spoiled because it's a really great trilogy. Right?
Right.
Yeah. So anyways, before we get started, I did rate this book a 5 out of 5 stars. It's very rare that I usually rate the last book in a trilogy 5 stars, but I just really like how it concluded and it kept me guessing like throughout the whole book.
Me too. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. I rated the first one and the third one. The second one, I rated a 4 out of 4 stars.
Yeah, that one it wasn't bad, but it was meh compared to this. So, anyways, go back and read the Selection and the Elite before reading The One, and then come back to the channel and check out our discussion. Okay, so we're here to do some discussion topics, and our first discussion topic will be, is America Singer the most frustrating character you've ever read? And before we answer, I will say that I picked up this trilogy because a lot of people were recommending it to me. I've seen it all over BookTube, and usually the warning that everyone gives is America Singer is the most frustrating character you will ever read. Haven, what did you think?
Probably yes. I've read some, I don't know, Katniss in The Hunger Games kind of frustrated me too with some of her actions and whatnot, but this one, she's very bipolar, it seems like, in her decisions and what she says. So it gets really annoying, especially in the second book, which is why I rated that one a 4 out of 4 stars.
Yeah, I think in the Selection, all of her actions and things that she was saying, it was justified by the situation she was in. But in the Elite, like, she was just everywhere. I didn't understand her mindset and what she was saying, and yeah, just everything. She was just overall crazy. So in The One, it did get a little bit better because she kind of finally decided, okay, this is who I'm really going to fight for, and this is the person that I love. But really, up until the end of the book, like I was saying, I had no idea who she was going to choose, because even though she knew that she loved Prince Maxim, you just really didn't know what was going to happen. So I do think she probably was the most frustrating character I've ever read, but it didn't stop me from reading the books. So our next topic is our favorite scene in The One. And for me, and probably for Haven too, it was the scene where they were on lockdown. They were not allowed to leave the castle.
They were on lockdown during this?
Yeah. They couldn't go outside.
Oh, right. Okay.
Anyways, wherever they live. Maybe it's like...
It was in the castle.
Is it a castle? Anyways. Maxim was able to go through like one of the secret passageways that they have all throughout the building, and they got onto the roof, and it was pouring down rain, and just that scene in the book was so beautiful. So yeah, I really, really loved it. And then, of course, the ending of the book was also amazing, but We'll get to that later. Alright, so discussion point number 3 is Celeste. What did you think of her character? Because, holy moly, it had definitely evolved throughout the story, and I just remember, like, when I was reading and America was in the library and heard someone crying, the last person I thought it was going to be was Celeste, and then when I found out it was Celeste, I actually had a little bit of empathy for her, and she kind of just came clean to America, so I really started to like her character more.
I was going to say, when I heard that it was someone, or read that it was someone crying, I kind of had a hunch that it was going to be her, but the fact that it really was her was still a bit of a shocker. But yeah, I started to have some empathy too, especially because she actually opened up and confessed how she felt about Prince Maxim, and she wasn't really hiding behind a mask anymore.
So I finally start liking Celeste's character, and then what happens? They kill her off. I could not believe that.
It was like the most abrupt insert in the whole story. It was like someone came up behind Celeste and shot her in the head. Like, what?
I legit had to go back Like, I reread the page because I was thinking, did that really just happen? Did she just get shot in the head? Oh, yes, she did. So it got crazy. It went from me reading about her crying to me reading about her dying. And poor Celeste, may you rest in peace. While we are on the topic of dying, let's just talk about some unnecessary deaths that I felt like were quite unnecessary in the one. Haven, do you want to start off with your top unnecessary death?
My top unnecessary death is definitely the Queen.
Stupid. I mean, yes. So kill off the king. He's a horrible person. But Queen Amberly? Come on. America and her had such a beautiful connection in the last book, and she was really, you could tell that Queen Amberly was looking forward to being a mom to America, and America, she knew, like, I already have a mom, but she was really excited to form that, relationship. Yeah, relationship with her. So I thought that was quite unnecessary. And the fact that she died saving the king, I mean, I guess that's precious because they did love each other, but
he was evil.
He was, No. Another thing that I was really upset about was the fact that they killed off America's dad. I was so sad. I feel like he didn't have to die for her to get those letters.
No.
Like, I feel like he could have still had lived and maybe had sent her letters to the castle for her to read and find out that way. But, that broke my heart. And I didn't cry at all in that book until I read her letter, or his letter to her. And my eyes started getting all teary.
Especially when he calls her kitten.
I know, so sad. Anyways, I mean, Celeste, I feel like was a little bit unnecessary too. We had talked earlier about Anne dying. And I kind of understand why Kiera Cass maybe thought she was kind of, not really essential to the story.
Especially because Lucy and Aspen ended up together, and Anne was the maid who actually liked Aspen that the readers knew about, so.
The fifth discussion topic is the rebels. I know for one that I was anticipating America's dad being a part of the rebellion. Mm-hmm. At the time I suspected it, I thought it was going to be awful and my heart was going to be broken because I thought all the rebels were bad. I was happy to find out that the northern rebels really weren't there to harm them. They really wanted to help, Prince Maxon out when he was going to be king. So I was happy how that turned out. I had absolutely no idea that Chris was a rebel, part of that rebellion.
I had a feeling that something was up with Chris, she was too good to be true, but not that she was a rebel. But I was kind of disappointed when America found out and saw the necklace, it didn't really escalate. Nothing really happened with the situation. So it was kind of just, I felt like it was kind of random and not really significant.
But I did love the Northern Rebels that made friendships with America and Maxon.
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. And, yeah. I thought they were really cool characters. I wish I could have seen more of them though. Yeah. So the last topic of conversation is the ending of the book. And let me tell you, Haven was emailing me probably every couple of pages being like, what in the world is going to happen? My heart is breaking, blah, blah, blah. And I remember when I was reading it, I went from being happy to being sad to laughing to crying. I legit, when Prince Maxon saw her and Aspen together, first of all, why the heck were you embracing? Come on, man. Come on.
I reread that because I must have missed the point that they were embracing until it was said, he walked around the corner and saw them.
But when that all went down, it felt like my heart was torn out of my chest, stuck through a blender, and then after that, people were stomping on it. I felt like I was being broken up with myself because we all know how much I love Prince Maxon.
And that last couple of chapters was...
It was brutal.
It was an emotional roller coaster because you'd read one page and be all happy, and then the next page would be terrible, and then Prince Maxon is go away, I don't like you anymore, and then he's dying
under the table,
floor.
And oh my gosh, it was crazy. But all in all, ending excellent. I wish we could have had 5 more chapters because the scene that it ended in, beautiful. They got married happily ever after, but I would like to know a little bit more about the happily ever after and what they actually did diminishing the cast and all that stuff. So, but that's my big thing with contemporary, like YA books specifically. I always want at least 5 more chapters. So what can you do?
But it was precious that Aspen was the one who
yes,
walked her down the
I
aisle.
loved that. And I love how even in the book it said, you know, I'm not sure everything that's gone on between them,
Right.
meaning Aspen and Maxon, but there's just like a
Nothing
mutual
but
respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so loved it. Anyways, guys, let us know what you thought of the book. We loved it, and it might be something that I'd pick up again and read. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We'll see you later. Bye.